Hello everybody, here's Mrs. Nunez, and real quick, this shouldn't be a long video. I would like to show you the next assignment and how to do it, okay? Obviously, you need to first put your name and last name, because if you don't put your name and last name, I will not know who the assignment belongs to, even though you will be able to submit it on Google Classroom. What happens is that I sometimes get packets with no names. So it is very important that you submit your first name, last name, date, and your homeroom. If you are Mr. Moreno's homeroom, it's 7M. If you're in my homeroom, it's 7N. If you are Mr. Ortiz's homeroom, it's 7O. And if you're Mr. Fairchild's homeroom, your homeroom is 7F. Okay? Let's go ahead and begin. I'm not going to go over all of these because there's another lesson that I already did with these videos. I'm only going to go over the instructions and what I'm expecting. Okay, so for this particular assignment, the objective is to multiply and divide to justify the product and quotient in real world situations. So find the product. You know that you're going to be multiplying negative 1.5 times negative 3.4. Remember the rule. Remember that we have same signs is equal positive, different signs equals negative, okay? Here, same thing, the signs are equal. Make sure that you guys are keeping that rule in mind and that you carry the sign over. This is not adding and subtracting, this is multiplication. It doesn't matter whether the sign is positive or negative. If both signs are the same, your answer will always be positive. Now here we have a decimal and a mixed number. Remember, we got to turn this this mixed number into a fraction. Okay, I'm sorry, not into a fraction, into a decimal. So the way you do that, you will multiply. Oh, no. You would multiply the denominator with the numerator. You add it, and that's going to be, you multiply the denominator with the whole number, and then you add those two. So for example, 5 times 5 will be 27 on the top, 27 over 5. Now you have to see what decimal is 27 over 5. Or you can just leave the 5 alone. 5 will be the same thing. You can leave the 5 alone and just find what fraction or what decimal, not fraction, what decimal is 2 over 5. And how do you do that? You simply divide 2 divided by 5. 2, you divide it by 5, and you should get an answer. So you leave your whole number and you divide the fraction to get your decimal. Okay? Same thing here. We're going to leave the whole numbers alone, and notice these are multiplication problems. They're both in parentheses. There's no multiplication sign, but I told you that parentheses signify multiplication, or they are now the multiplication symbol. Okay, so you leave the 3, 1/4, it's equal to 0.25. So that will be 3.25 times 8.5, which will be 8 point what? I already told you in the previous video what half is, what is 1/4, and so on. Okay, this you just multiply. You see you have a negative, you have a positive. Keep in mind, these are different signs, even though there's no positive there. If there's no sign there, no positive sign, you already know that the number is positive, even if there's no positive sign or plus. Okay, so negative 3 times 5.8, you multiply the 2, your answer is going to be negative because you have different signs. And then whatever answer you get from these two, whatever the product is, you multiply that product to 3.33. Keeping the sign in mind. Same thing here. You have 2.1 times 3 and 2/3 and negative a half. Okay, make sure that you're leaving the 3 alone, and you're going to divide the numerator by the denominator to see what is going to be your decimal. Here, same thing. I already told you what a half is. If you have a $50, how many cents do you have? How many hundreds do you have? Half a dollar is 50 cents, so it will be negative 0.5 or 50, but we really don't count the decimals after a zero. Okay, that is for the first part of this problem, of this page. The next video, I'm going to go over the second part, which is finding the quotient. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.